Hello, my friend. Thank you so much for taking a few moments to spend some time with me. I really appreciate you making some space for us to communicate and just to be with one another, even if it is just on a video screen. So, we're getting ready to approach the holiday season, and specifically Thanksgiving is next week. And I know that 2020 has been so different in so many ways, and there's particular challenges that are in front of us as we do prepare for this season of thanks that will be so different than anything that we've experienced before. So, I wanted to share with you maybe a few perspectives or a few spiritual tips that you might be able to take into your heart and help to lift you through the season and carry you through the holiday. Thanksgiving really is about two things from what's traditionally practiced. Number one is the food, and then number two is the thanks and the family and all that good stuff. So I was thinking about, since it's going to be different this year, or many of us can't travel, or maybe we won't be making the big traditional meals, how can we still honor those two cornerstones of the Thanksgiving holiday, but do so in a mindful and a more spiritual approach? So I was thinking about the idea of food and how we eat and all that. I thought this year, maybe Thanksgiving could be not so much about what you stuff yourself with as far as traditional dishes, but maybe what is it that you can do to nourish yourself on Thanksgiving. So, nourishment is a little different than just eating. When we take some time to nourish ourselves, we really acknowledge who we are, what we want, what we need, and we take the time to attend to our own best interest and make a point to provide for our own highest good. So maybe this year on Thanksgiving, you can nourish yourself by taking a little nap because maybe you're a little bit tired. Or maybe you could nourish yourself by making a food that you love, even if it's not a traditional dish. Maybe you could nourish yourself by listening to Christmas music or any other kind of music that lifts your heart and makes you feel good. Maybe nourishment for you means that you spend some time talking to a friend or you take a walk. Maybe you nourish yourself by being with your animal companions. But make a point on Thanksgiving to give yourself some true nourishment, not just stuff that you put in your mouth, but fill your heart and honor who you are. When we take time to nourish ourselves, we feel connected to our spirit. It boosts our energy so we can become aware of the presence of our loved ones and our angels around us. Nourishment can only provide, it nurtures, and it will help you in many ways. So take some time on Thanksgiving to nourish the beautiful spirit that is you. So the other part of Thanksgiving in the traditional sense is about the family and the idea of giving thanks. So this year, I think it's ever so important to practice lots of moments of gratitude. And so maybe that is for the people who you'll have an opportunity to see. But gratitude is also about appreciating the earth that sustains us. So maybe on Thanksgiving, you could go outside and hug a tree and just be grateful that the tree is there to shelter and provide shade and offer fruit and dump leaves for you to rake in your yard so you can get some exercise. The trees are looking out for your cardiovascular fitness. And be grateful for the trees. And then maybe look up at the sky and be grateful for the sun that shines down on us, that gives us life, that helps the flowers bloom and the animals to play. Just give thanks for the light because it's always shining upon us. It's always there to guide us. And then maybe you give thanks for the people who have encouraged you throughout the year and just appreciate their love and their support and their presence. Even if you can't physically see them, you can still appreciate them and be grateful for them. And then be thankful for all the opportunities that you've had to learn or to create, all the resources that you've discovered that you had that maybe you'd taken for granted because we were so busy doing what we've always done that we'd maybe forgotten who we are. So be grateful for who you are and the lessons that you've learned this year so far. And then be grateful for the gift of life. Because I know that's one thing that 2020 has taught me, is that life is absolutely a gift. That every moment is changing, that we are strong but fragile at the same time. But when we can appreciate the gift of life for its imperfections, for its uncertainty, but for the mystery and the wonder of it all, when we can be thanks that we can find ways to come together, when we can give thanks that we can open our hearts and love even in spite of all the difficulties, when we can give thanks for simply the next breath that we have to breathe, that changes our whole experience. It opens our hearts, it opens our minds, and it reminds us of why we're here, which is to give thanks for the gift of life, to love one another, to support one another, because we are here in the light, connected to Spirit for good. And so when you can nourish and when you can give thanks and appreciate, maybe it'll make the day a little bit easier. Maybe it'll make your holiday a little bit brighter. But I want you to know you're not alone. I want you to know that you are worthy of nurturing, that you are worth nourishing, that you have a beautiful light that is so brilliant. You are here to shine. So don't forget that. Not on Thanksgiving Day, not on Tuesday. I just want you to know that, and I believe that with all my heart. And I also want you to know I'm grateful for you, and I'm thankful for you, and I'm here. So if there's anything I can ever do, just know that you're in my heart, and if you reach out, I'm there. So give thanks, nourish, appreciate, know that you're not alone. Thank you, my friend. Namaste, and happy Thanksgiving.